Now it's time to turn our attention to the product, and the first aspect of this we want to address is the market that the product is targeted at. The key first question is, who is the customer? Who is going to be buying this product? We've discussed whether it's B2B or B2C. Is it a business? Is it a consumer? But there needs to be a very clearly focused target customer to whom the product is addressed. And the business needs to be very clear about who that is. If the business does not have an avatar and a very clear structure and image and characterization of who their customer is, they probably haven't thought it through enough. So if that's the microcosm of the market, then the next thing is to say, well, how many people are there in this market? So how big is the market? And really, if you're looking at companies that VCs will fund, they will nearly always want to see a multi-million pound, if not billion pound market, because unless they see a market that size, it's very difficult to see how their business can scale. And whilst you may have slightly smaller ambitions, you definitely want to see the company addressing a very large market. Albeit it may be a niche market, but it may be an international market. However you describe it, they want to be able to understand what it is. And you don't want them turning around to you and saying, oh, by the way, we know this is $1 billion market, so all we need to do is get 10% of it and we'll be a £100 million company. That sort of top-down analysis and thinking does not work. It needs to be bottom-up, starting with the individual customer. But you need to understand what the concentration of competitors is in that market. What does the market look like when you start taking into account the other people who are providing and producing similar products? Because if it's a very fragmented market, there'll be less competition and therefore more opportunity for your company to succeed. Take a look and see how wide this market can go. Is it a regional, is it a local market, or indeed is it a national or an international market? You don't have to start exporting on day one, but it's jolly good to know that once you've actually got yourself established in your domestic market, then you can go overseas. Of course, that is not without risk. And the final thing you really want to understand is how fast is this market growing? Because if you've got a relatively early stage company with an innovative or disruptive product, then you do want to see the market itself expanding as well as the company growing into the market. So try to find out what the growth characteristics of the market are. So there you are. There are some aspects of the market that you need to understand so that you can put the product in the context in which it is going to be sold and in which it will compete.